Welcome everyone. I'm Jess from GeoHUG and I'm very excited. We are at the IAGS here in Adelaide, and even better, I've got Scott Halley here with me. Hi Scott.
G'day, Jess.
How you doing?
Oh, I'm a bit weary.
Bit weary?
Did a big
It's only
workshop
day
yesterday.
one, you got a big week ahead.
I know. Anyway.
Yes, you ran a workshop yesterday. What was that one about?
That was a geochemistry workshop,
Mm-hmm.
and I selected a couple of data sets from porphyry copper deposits in Chile. So we went through a whole process of identifying rock types from the chemistry and then making an alteration model from the major elements and then doing a geomet model, identifying what sulfide minerals were present and how they were distributed in 3D. Did all of that in one day.
Whoa.
Big day.
That's a big day. Yes, you must have needed a very big sleep last night after that monster session.
I was awake all night thinking about what I should have said.
So we caught up pretty recently, actually, and that interview got a lot of interest, talking about, pre-competitive data and the value in sort of trying to collate all of this. I was curious if you have any updates since we last caught up.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I'll just jump ahead a bit. Tomorrow I'm giving a talk about orogenic gold deposits and specifically focusing on
Kalgoorlie, right? Yes.
And just for fun in my spare time recently, I compiled all the data sets I've worked on for all the different companies around Kalgoorlie in the last 30 years into one mega file.
Whoa.
There's 500,000 assays in there and a similar number of spectral measurements. So when you put all of that stuff into one big map and you use that to think about our understanding of how gold deposits form, like it's a real eye-opener.
Wow.
And you can validate or test all the models, orogenic gold models and whatever. And you think, some of that is not quite right, but maybe, you can see places where we should go and explore and drill a few more holes and understand why. And that was kind of a theme I touched on at the Mines and Wines conference.
Yeah.
And we mentioned that during our interview at Mines and Wines. That night I got a message from the head of Geoscience Australia, and he said, I'm really interested in your idea of compiling, like have GA or a collaboration with that state surveys, compiling all the company data that's been submitted to the mines departments over the years. Yeah, I'm really interested. I want to do that. And I got that feedback from James because he saw your podcast, our interview, and he thought it was a good idea, which it is. So it looks like that might actually happen.
That would be incredible. What would that mean? So say all the information that you've already collected for Kalgoorlie, what does that mean for that region?
Kalgoorlie's really a really mature exploration province, right? So it won't make a big difference in Kalgoorlie. What you do see is that all of those hydrothermal systems are much bigger than what you might imagine.
Yeah.
You can see the footprints of those mineral deposits coming from kilometres away.
Yeah.
And they all have their own distinctive zonation pattern. So it's not just a matter of finding, here's an anomaly. It's a matter of recognising the zoning pattern within that tells you where the centre of the system is. And there's lots of places, Jess, if you had good quality data, even on a 1 kilometre by 1 kilometre spacing, like that's really wide spacing, but way before you find the ore body, you can tell that you're in the system and you know which way to go. That's particularly important in areas under cover where you don't get too many opportunities to sample the bedrock. And so undoubtedly the next mineral discoveries in Australia will already be sitting in a database somewhere.
Yes.
If you spent a few $1 million compiling all the public domain data, I'm quite sure it'll lead to the next discovery, like billions of dollars worth of metal. So it's a really sensible investment to make.
Yes.
And James is right on board with that.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Wow. So I'm going to try and fire up the audience again tomorrow and show them the value in these big data sets and see how many people we can get on board and how much collaboration we get going.
That's incredible. I cannot wait to hear your talk tomorrow. That's going to be brilliant. Yeah, it's going to be so good. I'm really curious, what got you into geochem to begin with?
Oh, wow. When I was at uni, I did a double degree in geology and chemistry.
Yep.
And I actually got better marks in chemistry than geology, but I chose to be a geologist because I like being in the bush.
Yep.
But one of my early jobs at a university was with RGC, Renison Goldfields Consolidated.
Yep.
And they had a technical specialist, a geochemist, a guy named Simon Gatehouse, and he was super influential, like super nice guy. I learnt so many things from Simon.
Yeah.
And he kind of inspired me to get into this stuff, even more than I would have otherwise.
Yeah.
Simon was the guy who actually wrote the precursor to IAGS. The gas part in IAGS was his original software,
no way.
Geochemical Analysis System. And he distributed that amongst the RGC guys in 1991.
Wow.
So it's been around for 30 years.
My goodness.
IAGS is just amazing software now.
Yeah.
So many super useful bells and whistles in it.
I have had so many views of your recent GeoHUG session where you did an awesome demo in IAGS for everyone to watch. And I think it's so valuable, like not just talking about things, but being able to watch, such an expert like yourself, step by step, how you put everything together. I think, so valuable.
That last GeoHUG that I did with you, that was the first half of the workshop that I did yesterday.
Nice.
Yeah. So we'll have to organise the second half sometime.
Yes, part 2. Watch this space. We'll get it happening. Yeah, that is so good.
Good.
Oh, my gosh. Well, I got this really cool mouse pad, thanks ALS, and I have some quizzes for you. Oh, no. Yep, bring it on. Which element is number 17?
That'd be fluorine, wouldn't it? Or chlorine?
Chlorine, yes.
Chlorine, yeah.
Yes. Okay, that's impressive.
I don't know that, Jess. That's why I have one of those as my mouse pad. So
I'm still trying to learn 1 to 10. So yeah.
Someone will ring up and say,
really
what's
hard.
element 21? Scandium.
And that's your favourite one, right?
SC.
SC.
If I was writing my name in Breaking Bad format, it'd always be SC.
SC, there you go. Fun fact that I learnt this morning, J is not at all on the elements. So, super rare.
Super rare. Thank goodness for that.
Thank goodness for that.
Rare earth element.
The rare earth element, yeah. But no, this has been brilliant. Good luck with your talk tomorrow. I cannot wait to have a listen. And so good chatting to you again.
Lovely. Thank you, Jess.